Hello there, children. Hulkster doing a review. I know it's been ages. Couldn't give a fuck. Right. What I'm doing. Obviously, you know what I'm doing. It's Mystic Force, Titan Megazord, or Magiking. But obviously, this is the American UK version, not the Japanese Magiking. Yes. So this is the classic Megazord style. 5 Zords. Red, yellow, blue, green, and pink combine. What makes this one slightly different is it has 3 modes of play, really. You have separate Zords, you have Dragon mode, and you have Megazord mode. Now, the Zords, what they come in, let's just do them in kind of like reverse order type stuff. Right. First one we're going to do is the Sprite / Fairy. Okay. It's like, I'm guessing these are supposed to be like wings. It has a single foot. What they've done is, you can just about make it out, they've kind of modelled 2 separate legs, but it's just got one big one. And these are the arms, which have kind of like a 90-degree form of movement on them. You know, it's alright, it's alright. It's got the lovely, as you can see, the M kind of going across the thing. That you'll see that apparently with all the toys. It's you know, it functions. It's just there. It's not horrible. It's not, you know, hideous to look at, completely out of proportion. It's odd. But then this is a Japanese toy. It's odd, but it's okay. It's okay. I let it off. The next one is a piece of shit. This is the mermaid. As you can see, the M. Right, it's a mermaid. It's got 2 fucking legs for starters. Okay, what makes it a mermaid is its tail. Which I'm not sure if I've got it on the right way. I should really check the instructions again. I think it might actually be supposed to be this way. Big fucking difference, and that's the arm movement, and that's just for the yeah, that's it. That is its movement. So it has less articulation than the fairy sprite thing. It looks less than what it's supposed to be, and it's not even. The arms are too weird. The way they bend it, it's out of proportion. And the tail looks crap. It doesn't. It just doesn't look right. This is the worst sword, and compared to some Megazords, it ain't that bad. But I digress. The next one, Megazord. It's the Garuda, which I think's an Indian mythical beast or something. It's essentially a big bird with legs. There you go. Listen to that. Good ratchet joints, like a good ratchet joint. Right. So we have the Garuda. Good head. Good articulation on the wings, considering. Legs will do that. It's a Megazord, you're not going to get articulation legs, but they're separate legs, they look like legs. You know, I'm very happy with that. Wings, decent wingspan. They move enough to make it look right. Head's good. M going across it. Unpainted back, but could be worse. I'm quite happy with that. It's nice to look at. It functions, it stands there, it looks pretty good. Next one, my favourite, is the Minotaur. Look at the size of that bastard. Huge! He's about the size of a Voyager class Transformer for those who follow Transformers. And yeah, he comes with an axe. Well, that's something else I meant to point out. The mermaid is supposed to come with a trident. Little shitty axe looking trident thing. I don't have that. It's gone. Doesn't matter. The only thing it messes up, because it looks shit on that thing anyway, but the only thing it messes up with is when you put him into the dragon mode, it makes the weapon less good, but it still works fine. Anyway, he comes with an axe. He's got a big Minotaur head. He's got this horrible bit here, which has to be here for the transformations, which is a shame. It's got the M thing going on. It's got obviously a feet hanging off the back of his calves, but you know, he's pretty good. He functions. He looks alright. He's big. He's chunky. He has 360-degree motion, and he has knee joints, though they go the other way. But he has proper leg movement, proper arm movement. You know, he's pretty damn good. He's pretty damn good. I mean, you obviously see the fist there. You may be able to hear my daughter crying because she's having her teeth brushed. The joys of children. Anyway, and then the last one is supposed to be a phoenix, but I think of it more as a phoenix knight, and then it's not so bad. Because if you think of it as a phoenix, it's not. No. But, as a knight, it works. This is the red sword. So you got the M thing going on again. If you close the arms down, it does it properly, but it still works when you open them up. Comes with a sword. The sword can be removed from said fist and plugged into a port on the back, like that. This is him. You've got the lovely M thing. The head sculpt's nice. Details picked out more on that than any of the others, I think. He has actual knee articulation. Doesn't have any elbow articulations. It seems to be some kind of one or the other. You can bend your knees, bend your elbows. Pick one. 360 arm though, so it's close enough. It's really nice. So yeah, put his sword back in his hand, because what I'm going to show you guys now is how to turn it into the dragon mode. Now for the dragon mode, you don't use the red sword really. What you need to do is take him, move his axe, put it on the ground. You'll need it in a bit. Right, now put his arms out like that. Okay, I like to push that forward. Then what you want to do with these legs is you want them to be forward. In fact, I've done that wrong. You want the arms down this way. Sorry, like that. Then with the legs, what you want to do is you want to try and make feet like that. See how that works? So you you bend that down, so that's all like one piece, and then you twist it round like that. Bend the knee, and it kind of forms a big foot. Oh yeah, remembering that these bits here move slightly, so you move them all the way there, and move the legs up to them like that. That there is him ready for the dragon. So that's the first part. Put that there for now. Okay, I should really have planned my space better for this. I have Warhammer and Transformers everywhere. Right. Next one, we'll take the piece of shit. Take the tail off the piece of shit. We'll need it in a second. In fact, very near. Right. First thing you do with the piece of shit is split it. Push the head in there. Twist these around like that. Okay. Put the two halves down for now. Take the axe. Take the tail. You can see where I'm going with this. See how those look very similar in size? Yeah. You just push it in like that. Now that looks like a sword, but at the moment it's not a sword, okay? At the moment it's not a sword. Take this half, this half. In fact, you just need to take one half for now. You are supposed to technically put it on the thing at this point, but you can do it in a sec. It doesn't really matter. Alright, take that. There's a little port in there. These bits here, which look like, you know, hand guards type stuff, they slot into that, like so. It doesn't really matter which way around you do it, but everything I've seen indicates that they want the open bit to be up. It doesn't really matter. Then obviously you plug this back together again, like that. There's lots of ports and holes in it. It's quite easy to do because this kind of slots back. This is the tail. Okay, so we take our dragon body. See this big hole here? What you got to do is you got to split this again. This is why I asked you to do it in the first place, I know, but and then each hole goes either side of this. Okay, I'm trying to show you. There's no real way I can show you, so like that. Then you close it up again, and there's the tail. Big tail. Very dragony tail. Happy with that. Garuda. Move like that. Okay. Twist the legs 90 degrees. And then there's a post here. And there's a port on each leg. You just push it up like that. That's very neat, isn't it? I like that. Then, what you do is here, push the head forward, and you take this entire chest piece, okay? Now, in this mode, it needs to stay floppy like that. It'll make sense later. But what you've also got to do is you've got to take this head, and you've got to fold it away like that. But leave that bit up like that. The next bit you do is, you extend the wings, like so. Like that. Big wingspan. You take this, okay? Now on the dragon, put that down for a second. On the dragon, you will see there is a port, and here are those awkward little connector things. The Garuda, you will see a post and these bits here go into those awkward looking connector things. What you do is, it's easier if you plug the awkward connector things on first, like that. There's a kind of, if you can just make out on it, you see there's a kind of a slot bit, like there. It's designed to go in at an angle, so you put it on at that angle there, which I can't do now, like that. Then you push it in, and that's that locked. And as you can see, it's kind of worked its way out there, like that. See? And it all kind of slots together. Alright, next stage, because we've nearly finished the dragon now. Fucking stay. Fucking stay. Good boy. Alright. This. Now, first thing you want to do, put the wings up like that. Okay. Push the arms like that for now. In fact, it doesn't really matter. Right. Basically, put the arms back down. Turn the body all the way that way. And then there's a bend here. You see there? You bend that joint back round. Shut the leg like that. And there is the dragon head, which if you didn't see coming, perhaps you should go see a doctor, get your head checked out. And that, there's a hole in there, top one, big one there. There's a post here, and this is the awkward bit, because the only way to do it is you've got to hold the Garuda's head down, because otherwise this will just force its way out again, like that. And force it in. So I'm going to have to do it off camera, I'm afraid. But I'm fairly certain you all know how a port works. You can play some cheesy porno music if it makes you feel better. And there you go. So that is the dragon mode. It's fairly impressive. Fairly impressive. Now, you have the Phoenix, which is about the same size as a deluxe transformer. The Phoenix Knight. What you want to do with him is push his groin flap up, put his legs up, and then bend it, and then like open them slightly. Okay, bend them at the knees like this, and then get the arms up now. Okay, kind of looks like he's taking a shit on a French toilet. Then, on the dragon, there is two ports there. There's two posts on his legs. And you sit him on, like this, like that. Oh, come on, you twats. You just push him on like that. And there is the Mystic Force, this Magic Dragon for Japanese, that's how I always call it, Magic Dragon. Basically, Mystic Force type Megazord Dragon mode. That is, it's amazing, because despite the fact it's made out of 5 separate, not vehicles, but creatures, Zords, it's still fairly coherent. You know, this is quite clearly the tail. It all works very well as a tail, no matter which way you look at it. This looks very functional as the body. That's definitely a neck and head, and that's definitely the wings. It works. It shouldn't work. You look at all the separate bits, and as you put it together, you're like, it looks a bit poop. It looks, and then you make it, and you're like, oh my god, it's amazing. Because it is pretty fucking awesome. Yeah. So, turning it into a dragon will happen after this break, because I've got to go and do life. Back in a bit. Hello again. I'm back. Continuation of Magiking thingy. Right. Now, to turn them into Megazord mode, I'm going to get these off. Do my head in. To get him into Megazord mode, you need to obviously split him up again. So we'll do that. We'll take the Phoenix Knight off. We'll take... In fact, no, that can stay. We'll take the dragon head off. And we'll take the mermaid off. So put all them down. Right. So what we're going to get ready now is the main body. First thing we'll do is we'll take this neck piece and we'll link it back up. Now, as you can remember, that's kind of like how we started him, but without the head, we've got the neck joint in. I like to close these up again, because when they're wide open in its full mode, it's a bit ungainly. So this makes it look neater, I think. So I'll leave that there. We'll push this head bit up like that. And then we'll work on the legs. So we'll put them down like that. Push down the legs. Okay, now what you want to do here is that. What you want is a kind of almost straight line going down to this foot here. Okay, so what we'll do is twist that up like that, then twist that down like that, and then twist the foot, and that's what you should end up with. Okay, that's how they should look. Flatten these bits out again, like that. Now, this is quite clever, and probably my favourite bit about the whole transformation. Okay, first thing you want to do is push the hands away to bring out these fists. Okay, like that. Now, you may be thinking, they look a bit weird. It's because it's not finished yet. It's not finished. Right, you then open up this back bit. Push the wrist down. Now, this bit's quite difficult to show. Under here, there's a kind of port, and there is a kind of post. Okay, what you've got to do is you've got to kind of bend the elbow joint here, and then you kind of slot it in place like that. That is what makes his arms. So again, you open that bit down, twist that around, and then like that, like that. So that's his two arms. That is the main body for the Megazord. Right, now, next stage, piece of shit. Now the piece of shit, what you want to do is split it in half completely. Okay, this will become the sword. There's one more bit to add on. Should be two more bits. Explain later. Oh, what I forgot to mention. When he's in dragon mode, he's obviously sitting down like this, and he's got his sword. What's supposed to happen is this is supposed to connect into the trident to make a lance, which looks far more impressive than his sword. However, as you can see, it doesn't really make that much difference. Right, now you split the tail in half. You've got these bits here. What to do now is turn them. Obviously, you do this to facing you, but you turn them so they're this way. Okay. This is the legs they'll go on. These bits go on the outside of the legs. You then just push the lower leg up to make feet. Okay. So you'll get your body, and as I remember, that marks go on the outside. There's 2 posts on each bit, okay, and on the knees, can you see it? You kind of, if I'm in the right place, there's kind of a hole there, and there's 2 grey bits there. There's one either side. You want that to connect on like this, and then you connect the posts to basically the whole bit there, and then you plug it on like that, and that does the leg. So same thing again, okay, link it on, and then like that. There you go. So that is his feet. Now, I think they're really cool, but I'll go into more detail when he's completed. Now, this bastard, first thing, take your sword away. Next thing, straighten up the legs again. Push that down, put his arms down like that, kind of like in a neutral position. Okay, then at the back, there's a little tab here, pull it down like that. Okay, take the head, rotate it all the way around, push that back up. Okay, and I'm a bit premature with this, so I'm going to put him down. It's always been my problem. This is actually nearly finished. It's actually nearly ready. What you need to do is you need to take his little sprite arms, put the little sprite arms, push them down so they're like that, and then you do the same with the. In fact, no, you leave those up. You can put them down now, but you're supposed to leave them up for now. So that is very important in the next stage, because this works with this to make the chest. Okay, so you've got that there. What you want to do is you want to turn one of these around, take a bit of force, push it around like that. Take this. Now you'll notice here there's like a little post there, and there's a little tab here. There's one on the other side as well. Okay. What you do is you take that and you slot that into there. Okay, and then on this side you take that, rotate it round, and connect it on like that. You see how that makes the M? Very clever. And actually, because of the way the dragon head's coloured and everything, it makes it look like it's always supposed to be one piece, not 2 separate swords, which I like. Now the legs, yeah, whatever. Right, basically, you just hold down the thigh here and bend the knee round like that. And it's on a hinge, and you just kind of flop him up like that. So you do the same thing. Hold down the thigh, bend, flop up. That's it. A little bit disappointing after the genius of the front, but that's what you're going to do. Okay? Now I'm going to point these out now, so I don't have to try and do it later with the main body in my hand. Okay? Posts. Posts. Okay? Ooh. And holes. Lots of holes. Lots of ports. Yeah. Okay. Take this. Push in. Yeah, it's a bit of a fiddle push in. There we go. That's in. Okay? That's it. Okay? Then you put these down. And then you put the head down. Like that. Ta-da! Magiking, or Titan Megazord, is now complete. Okay? Very nice. Quickly show you the weapon. What's basically supposed to happen is now, this was obviously the main tail for the thing. There's a big, this is actually detailing on the sword. It just makes it look like it got chewed. It's kind of, you see what I mean? It just looks like it got chewed. Big, not the little one. Big hole. The post. Kind of slide it in, push it in like that. So that's the sword. Now, what's supposed to fit in here is the trident. I don't have it, but as you can see, it hasn't made that much of a difference. It's still a big old sword. So yeah, sword fits in the hand. I'm only going to show it at once because Now, finally, they make a decent handle for the sword. But it only goes in so far, thus rendering the decent sized handle pointless and disappointing. We won't bother with the sword anymore. It's a big sword, sits in the hand, woohoo. Right, now, things to like about this. 1. Epic feat that, whilst still being practical, which, you know, big base, back heavy, make it look functional and look awesome. You've got the monster beast feet at the back with turned up shoes, little pointy shoes, like, you know, wizards and goblins and that have. Very mystical fantasy type thing. I think they're wonderful. I think they're wonderful little shoes. Next thing I love is the head. Look at that head. Little face, and the best bit, wizard hat. It's got a wizard hat. Got a wizard's hat. And obviously when you turn it on the back you see a little bit of the Minotaur, but it's covered away enough that you don't really notice it. You see what I mean now about the wings though. See, like that, it looks relatively in proportion and everything. When you open it up, it just looks a bit OTT. It doesn't fit. It just looks unnecessary, ungainly. Makes it look ungainly. So I'll close it up and it looks better. But yeah, so I mean, it's very neat. It is very neat all the way around. Very neat. Like the dragon, it works. It looks like a big robot. It doesn't have odd bits coming out the sides like some Transformer combiners have. It doesn't look like the limbs are just bits stuck on. They actually look like they're supposed to be there. Okay, yeah, at the back you kind of see the overhang from the mermaid, but it looks smooth. Now, biggest problem with this is its massive bust. He has massive tits. However, in fact not however, he has massive tits. And because the head is so far back, it makes him look a bit out of proportion. Now, the irony is, the head's in the right place for the arms. It is just the chest. I just can't make this any smaller. When I first got this, I was trying everything to try and... No, that is where it will be. But I think it works wonderfully. I mean, you've got the wings here that go into the M, and then out to the wings again, and then they themselves, when you look at it like that, almost connect up to these bits here. It's just a wonderful, not symmetry, but flowing design through the whole thing. Overall, this is the best Megazord you can get. I mean, I've got the big bastard SPD doggy handbag thing, and that's great. But it's like Fort Max. It's great. It's big. It's huge. There's fuck all. It looks a bit naff. It's fine. I like it. But, you know, that's a fucking... That was a dragon at one point. Awesome thing. It's relatively cheap. Brand new, complete in box. You can pick them up for only £30. Now you've seen the size of that thing and what it can do, and you compare that to the cost of a Transformer, for example. I mean, a leader class Transformer is comparable to size of it. A leader class Transformer, the retail for them at the moment is £45. That was 30 when it came out. You can still get it for 30 now, and it's only going to go up as it gets harder and harder to get. I mean, I'm lucky enough that I basically got mine for free, missing a trident, but you can get 100% complete one for 30 quid. You know what I mean? Even if you don't want to go into Zords, even if you just like transforming toys, or just toys in general, you should pick that up. It's awesome. Okay? Well, that was me. This has been a long ass video, I know, and I don't care. And yes, I will finish the RPM Micro Megazords at some point. And yes, I will review another Transformer at some point. Probably Heavy Tread. I don't know. More of the story is, have fun.